Are we at Keeneland already? Time to talk some Bluegrass Stakes.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
Trust the Profits. It is the formula here with you. And we are looking ahead this week to the Bluegrass Stakes. Can't wait to get to talking about it. I know we don't have the official Bluegrass Stakes entries out yet. We're going to be talking through possibles and probables. If it changes dramatically, see if we can rush and get you some updates. This is Trust the Profits. We always have somebody talking about the big race coming up pre Kentucky Derby. Bluegrass Stakes is a big one. If you guys are at the Bluegrass Stakes in Keeneland, look out for some of the profits out there. You might see an El Hombre. You might see a Riders Up Tim. You might see a Colin Sheehan out there. There's plenty of people from Trust the Profits who could be out there. Sean Patrick Nolan could be out there, the notorious SPN. Keith? Is Keith going to be out there? Not sure. Just look around, see if you find some profits. Take a selfie with them. Buy El Hombre a beer and buy him a wheelchair too, because he's going to need to get home somehow after all those beers. People are going to buy him. After all those beers, he's going to buy himself. But yeah, profits will be out there. Not the formula. Sorry to say. I'm going to be holed up at home most likely. But I will be watching and there in spirit. Anyway, let's get on with the Bluegrass Stakes. Again, I don't know the entries yet. We have possibles and probables right now. It is scant as of right now, but I want to get to talking about this early and often. So let's start going through this. We're looking at possibly a 6-horse field. I have a feeling it's going to be bigger than this. I hope to God it's going to be bigger than this. We need more than 6 horses, but if it is these 6, it's a pretty solid field to talk through, right? So it's at Keeneland, G1, 9 furlongs, 1 1/8 mile on dirt. Let's start cruising through, talking a little bit of history first. What do you see here? I see a bunch of third place finishers. I see a second place finisher in there as well. So Zandon, Essential Quality, recent third place finishers. Good Magic, a second place finisher. Whole bunch of winners in here. Had their showing in the Kentucky Derby. I think the only one that didn't from this list is Art Collector, who went straight on to the Preakness. Um, some of them didn't fare so well. Tappet Trice got a 7th place last year after having a bunch of wins in a row. A lot of people on the Tappet Trice train, even though he did have some starting issues. El Hombre, obviously one of those. Didn't work out so well. Sorry, El Hombre. But be rest assured that every year the Bluegrass is going to put together a pretty sensational race at Keeneland. And this one should be the same. Here we go. Let's start at the top with Sierra Leone, winner of the Risen Star, going 9 furlongs in that one, all the way back from 9th place, closing to beat Track Phantom by half a length in that one. That's where we started to see the erosion of Track Phantom. Not to say the Track Phantom's done by any stretch of the imagination, but the bloom is a little bit off the rose for Track Phantom, and it is blooming strong for Sierra Leone. Before that, second place at the Remsen, going 9 furlongs in that one, neck and neck with Dornoch, trading the lead back and forth down the stretch there, closing from 12 lengths back at the half-mile mark, losing by a neck, as mentioned before, and then broke his maiden first time out. Chad Brown, Tyler Gaffleone. What I got here, we don't know for certain whether these are the jockeys or not. We don't even know if the horses are entered. So take it with a grain of salt. These are some historical jocks that have been riding these horses in the past. Sierra Leone, one of the top contenders. Is it my top contender? I don't know, because there's also Dornoch, horse that's beaten him in the past. Dornoch, 3-2 in 5 races. That's right. Only finishing first and second for Dornoch, winner of the Fountain of Youth. Scant field. Did go gate to wire in that one. A lot of scratches in that race. Came down to some horses that not exactly Derby competition level, and he only beat La Dame Bro by 1 3/4 lengths in that one. So people are going to be tearing it at Dornoch a little bit for that race. It wasn't, the blow the doors off type race that we just saw from Fierceness, by the way. How about that? Um, at the Florida Derby. No, no, this was just barely getting it done just enough. Yeah. Winner of the Remsen, mentioned that race with the previous horse, obviously going neck and neck with Sierra Leone there. Dornoch on the other end of it. Dornoch was the one that was leading for most of the race. Those two horses, no one else is close. Sierra Leone, the major closer. Dornoch is the one that can be, either setting the pace or sitting just off the pace. Broke his maiden at Keeneland, 100K, 8.5 furlong, wiring the field, beating Django by 6 lengths in that one. Dornoch, obviously, going to be a front runner, early speed type horse. Just a touch. Just a touch. Brad Cox, Florangelo, previous jockey for this horse here. Last time we saw him was at the Gotham Stakes. Only saw this horse twice. It is a Justify horse. Second place at Gotham, going a mile in that one. So it's yet to really stretch out to 8.5 or 9 furlongs as we're going to see in this race. Closing from fourth to second, 2 lengths behind Deterministic in that race. Previous to that, 6 furlong maiden special weight. I mean, what else are you going to talk about? The horse has 2 races, beating Gun Party by 4 1/4 lengths in that first race there. And yeah, as mentioned, as pertinent, we've got Game of Silks owners mentioned below here. Alpha Dragon Lair, owner of Just a Touch. An interesting play here. Encino, one of 2 Turfway horses. Just curious. I wonder if they're both going to run. That would be interesting. Another horse that has only won and hit second place. Winner of the John Battaglia Stakes at Turfway, of course, beating Epic Ride by 1 length in that race. Epic Ride, you're going to be hearing from him shortly. Broke his maiden second time out, going gate to wire, wire. We'll fix it in post. No, we won't. 70K, 8.5 furlong maiden special weight on Tapita, beating Freddie Mac by 1/2 length in that one. This is your second Brad Cox horse in terms of possibles and probables. Axel Concepcion is the historic jockey on Encino. What else we got there? Seize the Gray. Just saw Seize the Gray at Turfway. We're mentioning Turfway. Turfway getting a lot of play. Just closed its doors for the spring and summer. Going to see again in the fall Turfway. Can't wait. 2 wins and 3 third place finishes for Seize the Gray. One of those third place finishes was at the Jeff Ruby Stakes, sitting in 5th place, deep field in that one. 5th place most of the race, closing for third, just barely behind West Saratoga. They were nose and nose there at the end. West Saratoga getting the nod for second. Seize the Gray could have very easily gotten second in that race, but both of them well behind Endlessly, who was 4 lengths ahead. Before that was the winner of 8.5 furlong, 150K allowance optional claimer, beating Maximus Magic by 1 length. That was the first race that Cisa Gray had after a large 4-month layoff. The Iroquois was before that, but can sort of put a line through the Iroquois. For now, that was a long time ago. It's old history. D. Wayne Lucas has the horse Seize the Gray here. This horse has points. Could definitely see this horse getting entered in either here or possibly at the Lexington. Lexington might be safer, giving him a little bit more time off to rest after the Jeff Ruby. But of course, the Lexington, the big detractor there is how much time you're going to get to rest before the Derby, right? Yeah, so it's shove it in now, trying to gain some points, or maybe save and wait for the Lexington, grab some points there, and just hope for the best a couple weeks later in the Derby. And then we have Epic Ride. Epic Ride, 2 wins, 2 second places in four races. It's a lot of horses who are not used to losing. Second place doesn't come easy. All the races for Epic Ride, like Encino, at Turfway. Came second at the Battaglia Stakes, 1 length behind Encino, holding pretty close to the pace for most of the race in that one. Not having the kick, not shaving the kick, not having the kick that Encino had down the stretch, fairly close to it, but not enough to actually win the race. Near gate to wire winner of the Leone Stakes, beating Blue Eyed George by 4 lengths in a field of 6 of that one. So a nice solid win, but again, not a huge beefy field. Before that, a first place and second place finish in maiden special weight races, respectively, at Turfway. Well, there we go. I mean, we're doing what we can with what we got. Hopefully, we find out by tomorrow who's actually going to be in the Bluegrass Stakes. As of right now, um, my favorite safe play. I mean, there's 2 to pick from here, right? It's either you're a Dornoch person or a Sierra Leone person. I'm gonna go with Dornoch. Yep, someone's gonna light me up in the comments, and I don't care. I like Dornoch. Dornoch's already beaten Sierra Leone once. Dornoch I like style a little bit better, especially for the Derby. This race in a smaller field, maybe Sierra Leone might have a little bit of an advantage, but I do like Dornoch best of the two horses just by a nose. Value play here, I like just a touch. I think that's a pretty strong horse we haven't seen a whole lot from. Could be a little bit of a surprise. You might get a little bit of value there. So those are my picks. Dornoch, Sierra Leone, and just a touch. I'm just going to give you three because we have six horses. So there you have it. Agree? Disagree? Let us know about it in the comments. And if you see some profits at Bluegrass, please let me know. Please let them know. And as always, have a safe time.